In the relentless pace of modern life, it's just so easy to get caught up in the external rush, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Constantly doing, achieving.
Yeah, pushing. And often without even realizing, we're overlooking this really subtle, um, incredibly sacred space within us, where true creation actually begins.
Hmm.
It's that feeling maybe sometimes of trying to push a door that just won't budge, or feeling like your deepest desires aren't quite, manifesting.
It's so true. We're kind of wired for that external validation, the output. But what if the most powerful engine for change, for creation, isn't out there at all, but deep inside?
Right.
And this deep dive, well, it's all about returning to that powerful inner source.
And that's exactly what we're exploring today, this really profound concept of the energetic uterus.
Hmm.
Now, let's be crystal clear right from the start. This isn't a concept limited by gender or biological form, right?
Not at all. Our sources define it as a universal field, a field of vibrational creation that's present in every human being.
Okay, universal.
Yeah.
So what's its purpose then?
Well, it's described as the birthplace. The birthplace of our deepest projects, our most meaningful relationships, even our most profound transformations.
Wow.
Think of it like an invisible sanctuary inside you. It's the source of your intuition, that quiet nudge to change, the wellspring of your really authentic dreams.
So it's where new realities are conceived before they take physical shape.
Exactly, long before they manifest outwardly.
Okay, so if this inner sanctuary is so incredibly powerful, why do we often feel so blocked? Or just unable to bring our intentions to life?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Our sources highlight a critical point here. In a world that's just obsessed with speed, with immediate results,
Right. Instant gratification.
we've fundamentally forgotten that true, deep creation actually needs darkness, silence, patience.
Like a physical pregnancy, you can't rush it.
Precisely. The gestation of our dreams, our projects, it simply cannot be rushed. And the blocks we feel, they aren't usually because we're not doing enough. It's more often because we've become deeply disconnected from this incredible inner space.
Okay, that makes sense. So this raises a really crucial question then. If we're so disconnected, how do we find our way back?
Well, that's our mission for this deep dive. We want to explore the very nature of this energetic uterus, look at its ancient roots, understand how it functions.
And the consequences of neglecting it, which sound pretty significant.
They really are. And maybe most importantly, look at practical ways to, activate it, nurture it.
All to help you, the listener, unlock your innate creative essence and, well, manifest your most authentic life.
Exactly.
So is this idea of an energetic uterus something completely new, like a modern spiritual concept?
Yeah.
Or does it have deeper roots?
Oh, it has incredibly deep roots. Our sources delve into history, and it's fascinating. They reveal its presence across really diverse cultures and spiritual traditions. It's quite remarkable.
Really? Like where?
Well, think ancient Egypt, for instance. You have the goddess Nut, the sky itself, seen as this cosmic body carrying the universe, giving birth to the sun every single day.
Wow.
Or in Vedic India, there's the concept of the Garbha, the golden egg. It symbolizes this divine matrix where all life began a vibrational space of just infinite potential.
But it doesn't stop there, I assume.
Not at all. Taoist teachings talk about the lower dantian. It's an energy center, in the lower belly.
Right, I've heard of that.
And they see it as the core of inner alchemy, a place where vital energy, chi, gathers and transforms.
And even in the West?
Yep. Western esotericism, especially through alchemy, described inner creation happening within a kind of sealed container. It's a powerful metaphor for the soul's inner space, where, shadow and light meet to forge something entirely new.
Huh. So it's cross-cultural.
Absolutely. And many shamanic and indigenous traditions saw the womb of the Great Spirit as the origin point of all conscious creation. And they believed every person carries a center of power connected directly to the earth. These traditions really understood that creative energy isn't just about biological birth.
It's broader than that.
Much broader. The energetic uterus is seen as a spiritual matrix. It's where visions, intuitions, possible futures are gestated. It's truly a universal principle, not bound by gender or physical form, accessible to everyone.
Okay, so if it's not about biology, it really is about energy. To really get this, we need to move past the idea that only biological females can gestate anything.
Exactly. In the energetic realm, every single person embodies both feminine and masculine energies.
Right, the yin and yang, perhaps.
Sort of. The masculine provides direction, drive, action. The feminine brings holding, waiting, fertilizing, nurturing. And true creation, the sources tell us, comes from the dynamic balance, the harmonious union of these forces within each of us.
That's a really critical distinction. So while it might be associated location-wise with the lower belly, the second chakra, the dantian, it's not actually a physical organ.
Correct. It's a vibrational field. Think of it as an energetic blueprint. It's where your intention, your desire, your awareness are woven together. And that's what shapes new life, new realities.
Okay.
And here's a really profound insight. What you plant in this space, whether it's light or shadow, consciously or unconsciously, that's what will eventually manifest in your lived experience. It acts like a powerful, energetic magnet.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this energetic uterus actually work? Our sources seem to outline, what, 3 key elements?
That's right. 3 essentials for its function: presence, vibration, and containment.
All right, let's start with presence. What does that mean in this context?
Presence is like. It's the light that illuminates this inner cave of creation. Without conscious presence, we're simply unaware of what we're actually gestating in there.
Okay.
Or worse, we might be unconsciously filling the space with fear, scarcity, anger, resentment.
And then we wonder why our lives feel that way.
Yeah, precisely. People wonder why their lives are marked by anxiety or lack or maybe even toxic relationships. The really profound insight here is that the energetic uterus diligently builds whatever you're truly feeling and believing deep down, not just what you consciously want.
So it's about authentic feeling, not just wishful thinking.
Exactly. So the first step towards real spiritual power, you could say, is learning to look within and become aware, truly aware of what you are genuinely gestating, rather than just creating blindly.
I could see how that connects. We're often so busy looking outwards, aren't we? We totally miss what's cooking inside. Okay, next up is vibration, the language of the soul, as the sources put it.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting. Our sources emphasize that the energetic uterus responds to frequency, not to your logical wants or your surface-level desires.
So it's not enough to just want something.
No. You have to vibrate with it. You have to embody the feeling of it. If you desire, say, love, but you're actually vibrating with fear or scarcity,
You're sending mixed signals.
you're sending mixed signals, and you end up gestating a distorted version of love, or maybe just more experiences that reinforce the fear. Think of your inner space like a finely tuned receiver,
Okay.
and your energetic vibration is the frequency you're broadcasting. The universe, or this space, doesn't respond to your conscious words alone. It responds to the signal you're truly emitting.
What kind of language does it understand then?
It's emotional,
What do you-
symbolic, ancestral even. It's fertile soil, this space, and it responds only to what is genuinely present within you, vibrationally.
And the third element was containment, the power of holding space.
Yes, and this is crucial. Nothing can be born, physically or energetically, without a safe, protected space for incubation.
Makes sense.
The energetic uterus needs darkness, silence, and time, but we live in a culture that's, frankly, addicted to rushing things, forcing outcomes.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are, and so we often interrupt our own creative processes. We jump in with doubt or judgment or just plain overexertion, trying to make it happen faster.
So containment is about not doing that.
Exactly. The really radical takeaway here is that true creation often requires a paradoxical act of non-doing. Learning to hold that space without demanding immediate results is actually a profound act of spiritual maturity.
So it's not passive.
Not at all. Containment isn't passivity, it's alchemy. It's about cultivating the courage to surrender control, to trust the unseen process to unfold in its own time, like a gardener trusting the seed underground.
The quiet patience of a gardener. I like that. So what happens if we neglect this space? If we ignore its need for presence, the right vibration, containment, what are the consequences?
Well, our sources put it quite starkly. What is not honored will wither.
Oof.
Yeah. If we deny this space, ignore it, or pollute it with repetitive negative thoughts, unprocessed emotions, it starts to shut down. Not as some kind of punishment, mind you.
More like self-protection.
Exactly. It's a form of energetic protection.
And how does a closed energetic uterus manifest in life?
It shows up in various ways. Obvious things like creative blocks, feeling stuck, maybe emotional stagnation, a persistent loss of purpose. But it can even manifest as physical symptoms, digestive issues, sexual health problems, hormonal imbalances.
So the body really does echo what's happening deeper inside.
It absolutely does. And beyond those blocks, neglecting the space can show up as just this persistent feeling of aimlessness, like being stuck in repetitive life patterns, even when you consciously try to change them.
It's like trying to navigate with a broken compass.
That's a great analogy. You might have the map your conscious intentions, but you've lost that inner guidance system to actually move forward effectively.
And the sources mentioned something about it being a quantum mirror.
Yes, that's a key idea. It means it doesn't just passively reflect your inner state, it actively shapes your external reality based on that internal energetic blueprint.
Wow.
So if your inner mirror is clouded by unresolved patterns, fear, whatever it is, your outer world will inevitably echo that cloudiness.
This really highlights the importance of the seeds we plant, doesn't it? You said it doesn't judge good or bad.
No, like the earth that just gestates whatever is planted, whether that seed is nourishing or, frankly, poisonous.
Which explains why, as the source notes, so many people who consciously desire, say, love or abundance, might keep manifesting pain or repeating lack patterns.
Precisely. The energetic uterus responds not to our conscious wishes alone, but to our internal programming, those deep-seated beliefs, and the underlying frequency we're actually emitting most of the time.
And where does that programming come from?
Well, unfortunately for most of us, we inhabit this space less from our true, authentic selves and more from the imprints of, past traumas, childhood wounds, inherited family beliefs, unresolved ancestral stories.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. And each of these layers emits its own frequency, planting seeds that then grow into the realities we experience day to day.
So one of the most powerful things we can do is cleanse this space.
Absolutely. Cleansing the energetic uterus.
Yeah.
And not through empty rituals, but through radical presence, honest self-inquiry, and doing the work to heal those imprints.
Okay, so cleansing and reawakening, it sounds like maybe a massive undertaking. But is it possible?
The good news is, yes, it's absolutely possible. Think about it. Every painful thought, every unprocessed emotion, every bit of self-judgment sort of accumulates there. And when it gets overloaded, yeah, it can close down.
But it can reopen.
It absolutely can, but not with force. It requires reverence, sacred silence, deep inner work. Awakening the energetic uterus is essentially a return journey to your own creative essence.
Which leads to that paradox of creation you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. The more we try to create just from the mind, from sheer willpower, the less often seems to happen or the harder it feels. But when we can surrender to the unknown, allow that mystery to move through us,
Things start to flow.
things begin to flow, sometimes quite effortlessly. This space, the energetic uterus, it isn't emptiness. It's a void that's full of potential. It's a soul's womb, really, that comes alive when we trust what we cannot yet see.
And linear time doesn't really apply here.
Not in the same way. Seeds planted in the energetic uterus might take days, weeks, years to manifest outwardly. But they are alive in there, gestating, waiting for your steady, coherent vibration to bring them fully into the light.
So painting a picture then,
Yeah.
what does it actually look like or feel like to live from an awakened energetic uterus?
It means you fundamentally shift your relationship with reality. You don't push or force things so much. Instead, you magnetize them.
Magnetize, how so?
You become a field of coherence. Your inner state is clear, aligned, and like attracts like. So you naturally start attracting the right people, the right opportunities, the right paths, not as some kind of external reward, but just as a natural resonance.
Like tuning an instrument.
That's a perfect analogy. When you're creating from coherence, everything's in sync, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and that allows for clear, harmonious results. The energetic uterus, it seems, doesn't create what you want so much as it creates what you are.
What you are, that's powerful. So knowing about this space isn't enough.
Definitely not. Like any sacred temple, it has to be inhabited, respected, activated. And that happens through presence and practice.
Okay, so let's talk about practice. What are some pathways the sources suggest to awaken and nurture this inner sanctuary?
Our sources outline 5 really powerful pathways. The first one is simple but profound. Return to your body.
Grounding it physically.
Yes. The energetic uterus exists in the subtle body, but it's deeply grounded in the physical. So make peace with your body, practice conscious breathing, maybe focusing gently on the lower belly area.
Just bringing attention there.
Just bringing your attention there, without expectation. Simply presence. Imagine you're lighting a small lamp in a forgotten room. That non-judgmental presence itself starts to shift the energy. It allows whatever needs to be seen or processed to gently surface. Sometimes just being fully present in your body is the most powerful first step back to your creative power.
Okay, return to the body. What's second?
Second is to notice what you're gestating emotionally. Use your emotions as a kind of mirror.
How?
Ask yourself throughout the day, what am I feeding inside me right now? What feeling am I allowing to take root in my creative space? And this isn't about judging or repressing emotions.
Observing them honestly.
Exactly. Because the energetic uterus gestates from what you feel, authentically feel, not what you think you should feel. Emotional awareness becomes your compass to understanding what you're truly creating.
Makes sense. Third pathway.
Third, practice the void without guilt.
Ah, the non-doing part again.
Yes, we are so addicted to doing, to being busy. But this creative space desperately needs silence, darkness, stillness to replenish.
So practically, turn off the screens.
Turn off screens, close your eyes, just do nothing for a few minutes. Let your energy field cleanse and renew itself. That intentional non-doing, even briefly, becomes a cradle for deep insights and genuine creativity. The fertile void is truly the foundation.
It reminds me of those times, we probably all felt it, where you just have to push something through.
Right, you feel that urgency.
And then it won't budge or it falls apart. Our sources suggest that's exactly the opposite of what this energetic space needs to truly flourish.
Absolutely. Which leads nicely to the fourth pathway. Clear your inner space.
The cleansing we talked about.
Exactly. Just as you'd clean a cluttered room, you need to consciously clear your energetic uterus of, toxic thought patterns, painful old memories, limiting beliefs that no longer serve you.
How can we do that? Visualization.
Visualization can be very helpful here. You could picture your energy field, maybe that lower belly area, as a bowl that you're cleansing with golden light or flowing water or even symbolic fire, whatever resonates.
Doing with intention.
Yes, do it with clear intention. Affirm something like, I clear this space so the truth of who I am can come through. This isn't just symbolic fluff. Visualization sends a really clear signal to your subconscious. It actively helps repattern your energetic field. It's like having a dialogue with your inner self, affirming your intention to create a fertile ground for genuine manifestation.
Okay, body, emotions, void, clearing. What's the fifth pathway?
The fifth is crucial. Create from coherence, not urgency.
Ah, coherence again.
Yes. Before you start a new project or enter a significant relationship or make a really big life decision, pause and ask yourself, is this truly aligned with who I am at my core? Or is it coming from a place of fear, scarcity, comparison, trying to please someone else?
Because what's created out of rush or lack rarely flourishes.
Exactly. It might work for a bit, but it often doesn't have deep roots or lasting fulfillment. Coherence, that inner alignment of thought, feeling, and intention, is the best fertilizer for your creative field. It ensures that what you manifest is genuinely reflective of your authentic self.
So underlying all these pathways seems to be a sense of gentleness.
Absolutely. Above all, our sources urge us. Treat your energetic uterus with tenderness, respect, and patience. Don't push it for quick results. Listen to it. Hold space for it gently. The more secure and honored this inner space feels, the more faithfully it will reflect your soul's true purpose and potential.
Living from the energetic uterus sounds like, well, an act of quiet, profound power.
It really is. It transforms without a lot of noise or fanfare, but its effects are incredibly lasting and deeply impactful.
So the message seems to be, you are not broken. You're not disconnected beyond repair or empty.
Not at all. You are full of ungestated possibilities. Seeds just waiting for your conscious attention, your presence.
The energetic uterus is a real vibrational presence within you, a source of creation that might have been forgotten, maybe neglected, but it's always intact, always ready.
Always ready. And perhaps, you were taught growing up to look outward, to chase external achievements, or to follow someone else's map for your life.
That's common for many of us.
It is. But there often comes a moment, maybe a quiet moment, maybe a crisis, when the soul just wants to create differently. Not from the striving mind, but from the deepest part of who you truly are.
And that, the source suggests, is the journey back.
Yeah.
Back to your own inner source of power.
Precisely.
If these words are resonating with you listening right now, it's probably because they're awakening something, an ancient memory within you. True knowledge, as they say, isn't always learned. Sometimes it's remembered.
Remembered.
So what's your next step after hearing all this?
Yeah.
After this deep dive, you could just go back to your routine, of course,
Yeah.
or you could choose a different path, even a small one.
A conscious choice.
Yeah. Maybe later today, or right now if you can, just close your eyes, bring your focus gently to the center of your belly, whether physical or symbolic, it doesn't matter, and just affirm quietly to yourself, I am ready to gestate a life with soul.
That's a beautiful affirmation. And remember, regardless of your age, your personal history, your gender identity, your spiritual experience up to now, we all carry this incredible creative field.
We're all guardians of it.
We are. guardians of an energetic matrix that connects us, ultimately, to the great womb of the cosmos, to the very source of all creation.
And the final thought from our sources is really provocative. When you truly begin to honor the energetic uterus, treating it like the living altar it is, something profound starts to shift.
How so?
You stop pushing reality so hard, and you start magnetizing it. You stop demanding things from the universe, and you begin collaborating with it from your own inner temple.
That's a huge shift in orientation.
It really is. So whenever you feel lost or confused or disconnected, the invitation is, don't look outside first. Return to your center. Return to your temple, your energetic uterus.
Because in that warm, dark silence of the unmanifested,
Your next sacred creation waits. This whole exploration, really, it's a call to remember what your body and your soul have actually always known.